Hello everyone and welcome back to WWE Universe. I am your host Jitch and you are watching ECW 5 days away from SummerSlam this Sunday, where Mark Henry will defend the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. I changed the call name because technically they're not supposed to be the Ministry of Darkness. They were supposed to be oh no, I've drawn a blank. They were supposed to be the Acolytes, that's the name. Sorry, it's because I changed the name to the Anarchists because it was the closest I could get. It kind of made me draw a blank there when trying to recite what their actual name is supposed to be. Yes, they're supposed to be the Acolytes, not the Ministry of Darkness. I thought it was kind of cool that they actually had a call name for the three of them together. So I must have just left it out of pure surprise. Well, Antonio Cesaro comes on down here tonight to ECW, set to try and impress. Last time we saw this man here on ECW, he was defeating Chainsaw Charlie in a one-on-one matchup, very competitive amongst the two. That was then, this is now, and Antonio Cesaro looking to kind of add another notch to the win-loss record as he goes one-on-one with Gangrel. Should be a very unique matchup, to say the least. I believe we've ever seen these two face off in the past, and of course Farouk at ringside for this one. Gangrel clearly becoming the leader of the Acolytes, the team formerly known as the APA, that was the team of Bradshaw and Farouk. Gangrel promises to take them under his wing and improve. What a move there by Cesaro. Great way to start this match off. Do not take Cesaro lightly. Wow, what a move. Oh my god, his offense is so unique, so exciting. Action-packed episode of ECW tonight. ECW, of course, got a little bit less of the center stage going into SummerSlam this Sunday. Only 2 matches from ECW, whereas there's Kevin Nash and Vader, there's the WWE Championship match, there's the light heavyweight title match that was added last second. I believe that's it for Raw. Oh, and the Women's Championship. There's 4 matches from Raw. And then from SmackDown, you've got Brock Lesnar and Triple H and the New Age Outlaws. You've got the World Heavyweight Championship match between Undertaker and Kane. You've got potentially this WWE Tag Team title match. Unconfirmed still at the moment. I think that's everything from SmackDown. So and the Divas Championship Last Woman Standing, not Last Woman Standing, Iron Woman match. Yes, you got 4 matches from both Raw and SmackDown, but only 2 from ECW coming up at SummerSlam this Sunday. So of course the superstars of ECW feel they got something to prove. Looking forward to that 4-way matchup tonight, which really puts the tag division of ECW on display. I'll tell you who's really not being put on display in such a great light right now. That is Gangrel. There you go. Maybe now we're going to see a little something special from him here. Oh, elbow to the head. Would have thought maybe he had something a little bigger in store, but I guess not. Sorry, caught up on the ropes there. Off the ropes. Gets him with a big slam there. Off that slam. Gangrel seems to have managed to turn things around. Definitely getting the better of Antonio Cesaro right now, and oh, got a vice grip-like hold there on Cesaro. You never know what is going to come out next from someone like Gangrel. He's quite an unpredictable fella. Big boot there by Cesaro, and Cesaro, who's only just now gotten back in the swing of things, going for a cover to no joy. Collar and elbow tie up between these two. Gangrel got the head of Cesaro. What's he going to do here? And Antonio Cesaro dropped with a side suplex. Farouk watching on as Gangrel seems to be showing a bit more of a mean streak. Kind of good to see. Elbows there to the nerves.
Intercepted.
Oh, look at Gangrel go. Gangrel hooking the arms, suplex there. Takes down Antonio Cesaro. Gangrel pulling him away from the ropes there as he goes in for the cover. A lot of people say, I wonder what would have happened if Antonio Cesaro decided to stick with the Big Show. I mean, a lot of people think undoubtedly they would have been the ECW World Tag Team Champions. They would have won that inaugural matchup, no doubt in a lot of people's minds. Those two had a lot of potential to be tag team champions, and further down the line, I mean, I think even now they'd probably still be the tag champs, personally. But it's all a what if. You can't really rely on what ifs.
What's he gonna do here? This could be bad.
This could be bad. Cesaro here. A big, side suplex from behind. He goes in for another cover attempt here on Gangrel, really trying to wrap this one up. Whoa! That is a Cesaro move, simply put. And here's the cover attempt, and Farouk up on the ropes, and Gangrel batted off of him. Belly to belly suplex. Farouk obviously didn't like that one too much. Cesaro a little outnumbered here. Could really play into favor of Gangrel. Cesaro now going in for another cover attempt. Is this going to be enough? And of course, Farouk once again up on the apron. He is making sure Cesaro doesn't get the better hand of Gangrel here. Despite it all, Cesaro, uppercut there. And okay, it looks to me like we've seen a elimination there of Farouk. Could it be too little too late? Gangrel, he'll be motivated at the sight of his own blood. Spitting blood, as a matter of fact. And there's the Impaler DDT. Gangrel in for the cover. And Cesaro is able to kick out. And right up onto his feet, Antonio Cesaro drops the neutralizer. He's got Gangrel hooked the ropes. Might be the only thing that actually allowed Gangrel to remain in this matchup. Cesaro trying a arm breaker here. Whatever it takes to eliminate Gangrel from this matchup, clearly. Wow.
Oh man, what impact from that suplex. Oh no, what's this?
Now Cesaro with Gangrel up, launches him across the ring. And he is going for it again. A second neutralizer connecting on Gangrel. Cesaro here, I think, is his foot in the ropes? No. And that was enough to call this one. To call a day on this one. Sometimes you just kind of stumble over your words a little bit. Antonio Cesaro is someone I think you've always got to keep a good eye on. You never know when this man is going to do something big. I think he continues to impress near non-stop for me. Antonio Cesaro one day bound to be a champion here on ECW. Mark my words. Great performance, great victory. Antonio Cesaro takes the W as we move towards our next match of the night. We are back here on ECW and it is tag team action time. What luck. This guy booked again. Santino Marella set to team up with Cara tonight on ECW to face off against the new team that debuted last week, Law and Order, David Otunga and Tensai. A very unique conversation, to say the least. Should be interesting to see what happens when Otunga and Tensai actually team up. And that brings us to tonight. Of course, Tensai got to be very careful. He doesn't want to end up like Ryback a few months ago.
Mexico City, Mexico, weighing 196 pounds,
Sin Cara and Santino Marella, not exactly dressed for a tag team tonight. They have both got some of the worst records on ECW to date. You gotta wonder at what point one of these two is gonna have had enough with the other. What an ovation! Wow! The difference a few weeks can make. David Otunga making his way to the ring here tonight, and he seems to really have won over the crowd just lately. Will he be able to continue his kind of change of heart, change of ways? A lot of people in the comment section recently have been saying they see the potential in David Otunga. He's getting a bit more respect from the audience. I think he's finally just kind of left his losing ways behind him. You got the guy? Tensai making his way to the ring, teaming up with David Otunga for the first time. As I say, gotta be careful here. We saw what happened to Ryback in the past. You can't forget it. We know what kind of a person David Otunga has the potential of being. Tensai is someone, again, like what I was talking about Cesaro earlier. I think this is a man that could go very far, and I hope he does. Wakibayo? What an intense entrance. I gotta tell you, in terms of personalities, you wouldn't really think David Otunga and Tensai, they mesh that well. It seems like Santino and Sin Cara getting along really well as they changed their gear real quick. Oh, just thought they'd change it. We taped that from another episode. Just thought we'd tack it on there to make them look like they've been getting on really well. I think it worked. I think that was a great edit. Speaking of great edits, boy, it sure is great. Watching this loading screen right now. Have you got the guy? So Santino Marella start things off. He shoots straight into the corner of Law and Order, and David Otunga laying into his former ally quite a bit here to start things off.
David Otunga controlling the waist.
I gotta be honest, I'm not a Santino fan, but I like this gear here. I gotta be honest as well, for the people that seem to always misunderstand, I don't hate Santino. It's part of the character. His universe character is that he is a loser and I shit on him. I actually thought, I mean, I hated the sock puppet stuff. I hated like 2011 face Santino, Tea Party sock puppet Santino. I liked Intercontinental Champion Santino. He had his moments where he was still funny as a face. It's just, like I say, it's that feeling of embarrassment when you're watching it, of like, I'm an adult. Watch a man poke people with sock puppets to win. Like, I know wrestling as a whole is really fucking stupid, but like, just kind of crossing a line there. Oh, Santino kicking out there. Really thought David Otunga had finished him off with the verdict. I tell you what, at least we know from the looks of things, this isn't like the incident that happened with Ryback a few weeks back, or months back I should say. It does seem like David Otunga is sincere in his intentions with Santino. Even, I mean, with Tensai, even so much as using a tag team move with him. And as Santino runs to tag in Sin Cara. Absolutely no joy there. Uh-oh. Sit out choke bomb by Tensai. Oh, here we go. The green mist. I used to have a manager that looked just like Tensai. I just felt like mentioning that. Really, really nice guy. Drops him flat down. Hand on face for the cover. Sin Cara not even helping. And Santino takes a loss. Hang on a minute. Could it be? Has Sin Cara opened his eyes? He didn't help at all. He just stood there and let it happen. I think Sin Cara has finally seen the light. He's finally starting to realize teaming with Santino ain't gonna get him anywhere. Well, Law and Order, they are victorious, and this is perhaps the most human we've ever seen Tensai be. As we move towards our next match of the night, a huge tag team fatal four-way, and by that I mean it's a four-way match that represents the tag team division, not literally tag teams in a fatal four-way. That's silly, that's impossible, that would never happen. So, yes, let's go to that. Diamond Dallas Page coming out first for this tag team representation four-way matchup. Of course, representing his tag team with Kofi Kingston. A brand new tag team here on ECW. We've not really seen a whole lot of yet.
And approaching the ring from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing 192 pounds,
Daniel. How could you do this to me, Daniel? I don't know what I'm saying. Daniel Bryan coming down to the ring here tonight, and of course him and Dolph Ziggler will not be a part of SummerSlam coming up soon, and I know that's something that's been kind of eating away at those guys, whether they'll admit that or not. But it will be, in fact, these guys representing.
Weighing 217 pounds, Epico.
Epico and Primo will be representing ECW as they challenge for the Tag Team Championships held by the Road Warriors. And the Road Warriors claim they are not afraid of Epico and Primo, that it was simply a fluke the one time that Epico and Primo defeated them. I guess that remains to be seen, but you have to respect the confidence out of the Tag Team Champions. They are not at all afraid of the idea of having to go through Epico and Primo. Talking about people who aren't afraid, Mark Henry laying down a unique challenge for tonight's main event, requested by Henry himself, which I'll get into in just a moment.
And from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 275 pounds, one half of the ECW World Tag Team Champions,
Hawk! His name is Hawk! Why won't you say it? The ECW World Tag Team Champion Hawk, him and Animal, I think behaved very unprofessionally in a declaration and demand that they became Tag Team Champions, refusing to team up until they got their shot, being told that they would get it immediately following Judgment Day, which is how they captured the title so quickly from Chainsaw Charlie and a very, very weakened Cactus Jack. More on that in just a moment. I have to BRB, so I'm going to pause this here, and I'll be back in just a second. Alright, we're back. So, Fatal 4-Way matchup, here we go. First fall to the finish. 4 tag teams all looking to prove something. For Daniel Bryan and Diamond Dallas Page, this is an important moment, especially for Diamond Dallas Page. Him and Kofi only teamed up once so far, and that didn't exactly go well for them. They lost to the Road Warriors in that exchange. DDP has got a long-running issue with the Road Warriors. Team DZ have a long-running issue with Epico and Primo. This is all kind of coming to a head here tonight. You gotta think, if you're Diamond Dallas Page or Daniel Bryan, a victory in this Fatal 4-Way matchup is very much something that is going to put you in contention for those World Tag Team titles, should the Road Warriors retain this Sunday at SummerSlam. Of course, if they don't retain, you'd have to imagine Epico and Primo will have to be giving the Road Warriors a rematch at some point. Speaking of rematches, I'd love to know if Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack will ever come at them for theirs. I know they're not within the rematch clause rights, but the way they lost those titles, the work that went into winning those titles, I'd have to think that Cactus Jack, Chainsaw Charlie, when Cactus Jack returns to the ring, they'll be going right for those tag team titles. And of course, Unforgiven, ECW's next pay-per-view, coming your way in just under 2 months' time. That is going to be a big one. And a DDT through the table puts Diamond Dallas Page potentially out of commission in this match, although I'm sure he'll get right back up. Yep. 2 minutes into, or a minute and a half into the match, we've already had a broken table. No disqualifications, first fall to the finish, falls count anywhere. And of course, let's not forget when Daniel Bryan suffered that upset loss to Primo just a few weeks back on ECW with a lot of help from Epico. This is Bryan's opportunity to try and bounce back. If you're Kofi Kingston, Primo, Dolph Ziggler, and Animal, you got to be watching this match very carefully, because it's going to mean a lot for your tag team. For the Road Warriors, Hawk's got to get that big win. He's got to continue to kind of show that the ECW World Tag Team Champions will continue to dominate no matter what. Singles, tag, it doesn't matter. They're the best. For Epico and Primo, this is about proving that they deserve that shot this Sunday, and of course with Epico especially, there's that pressure of ensuring he doesn't once again suffer an injury. You got to think 3 in a row would be pretty brutal to bounce back from. For Daniel Bryan, it's all about continuing to legitimize Team DZ, which often are cited as one of the most greatest tag teams here on ECW to have not been in a match for the championship. Of course, they were in the inaugural match, but since that, we've not seen them in contention. And they've really worked hard to get to that point, whether you love or hate Team DZ. You know, they definitely cheat their way through the odd match, but Dolph Ziggler literally defeated Eddie Guerrero, one of the contenders for the ECW Championship, this Sunday at SummerSlam. Just 2 weeks ago. You can't underrate Team DZ.
And that's a stiff kick. Into the collar and elbow tie-up.
Word on Sin Cara and Santino Marella's situation earlier. We've been told that Sin Cara insists it was a mistake. He didn't realize that Santino was being pinned after getting knocked off the rope by Otunga. He had no idea that that was even happening. The match just kind of ended in an instant for him. You got to think Santino and Sin Cara, at some point, one of these guys is going to get sick of the other. I stand by it. At one point, that team is finally going to come to an end. And I think, just like David Otunga, that could be the end of the losing ways for one of them. If I had to guess who, probably Sin Cara. The man has picked up more than one victory in his career, whereas Santino Marella is 1 win and 30 losses deep right now. And one of the worst records of all time is here comes Baby Arms Animal. He had a steel chair in hand. Oh, his arms are bigger. And here comes Kofi Kingston. Oh my god, this match is breaking down. Everyone's gone really red. Okay, now they're not. What is happening? Animal and Kofi Kingston getting into a fight on the outside. They got no business here tonight. I really tried to play off that Baby Arms Animal, but I just couldn't do it. Why were his arms like that? Oh, I've never seen a glitch like that before. That really got me. That really got me. I'm gonna need a picture of that somewhere. Oh god, that is great. Roll-up attempt here by Bryan. Epico with the reversal, and I guess Kofi and Animal fighting out to the back. Kofi Kingston trying to make sure this was a fair 4-way matchup. They went really red when Kofi came out too. That was weird. I was wondering when the interference setting was ever going to actually do anything in this game. Oh, backstabber! I've had the interference on this whole time. Oh, I really thought Epico was going to snag a victory there. I would have been so happy for him. Take down there by Bryan as he goes into the cover here on Hawk, and still just a 1. Imagine pinning one half of the tag team champions in this matchup. I would take glitches like tiny arms and red people over fighting to count out victories and barricade breaks any day. More of that, please. Please, 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 more of that. That makes me happy. That brings me joy. Daniel Bryan with a kip up. And it looks like he's sending Hawk into the corner. And he's running. Look at him go. He's running. See, whereas that's funny for about a second. And then you realize that it means nothing is happening. You realize that he's just going to keep doing that. And it's just going to kind of freeze the match. He seems to have broken out of that one, at least. I think that one was him attempting his comeback sequence and failing. Crossbody. Rope break on the crossbody. What is happening? Hawk can't believe it. He's like, what? You're doing a yes chant. Don't you dare do a yes chant. What is happening? Coming off the ropes now. Daniel Bryan. Oh. I loved the rope break out of nowhere. That was a good one. That crossbody needed a rope break. I thought for a moment Daniel Bryan was floating there. I don't know how I missed Hawk holding him. This match just seems to be all over the place. Here's the cover. This might go down as one of my favorite matches of this season so far for all the wrong reasons. Tag team division on ECW really thriving. And this four-way shows it. Sit out powerbomb here by DDP, but a quick kick out keeps Epico alive in this one. Daniel Bryan going for a cover on Hawk. I don't know what he did, but Epico just kind of fell over. And DDP, perhaps looking for a diamond cutter. Or just playing to the crowd. No, there it is. Diamond cutter on Epico. Hawk might want to pay attention here. Oh, Epico, very slick. Rolling out of the ring, rolling out of harm's way just at the right moment. Into the corner goes DDP. Epico very slowly, almost like the undead, just slowly walking towards DDP on the outside. Here's a cover attempt by Hawk. Nope. Careful, Epico. You don't want to suffer another injury. I mean, at least there isn't a table for him to go through. And a neck breaker by Daniel Bryan. Sorry, I just remembered short arms animal again. Fuck, that really got me. And here's the cover. What? Daniel Bryan takes the pin from Hawk. I didn't see what did it. I was too busy thinking about Animal. Well, Hawk is victorious, and the ECW World Tag Team Champions get that little bit more momentum heading into SummerSlam, which I've got to say, exactly what those guys needed. A big congratulations to Road Warrior Hawk and the Road Warriors in general for this victory. Even with Animal trying to interfere and failing, Hawk still gets the job done, and you gotta think this is really gonna knock Team DZ away from any potential contention, with him being pinned by the champion. As we move towards our next match of the night, the ECW Television Championship is on the line, as we are set to see a long-awaited rematch. Last week he returned to the ring and unfortunately suffered a shocking loss for the second time. Can Ken Shamrock change his new losing ways? Can he get back on track and become a two-time ECW Television Champion? We're about to find out. Well, it's the Big Show. My voice went really weird there. Well...
The following contest is for the ECW World Television Championship. Making his way to the ring, standing 7 feet tall, weighing 441 pounds, he is the ECW World Television Champion, The Big Show.
Alright, well, the Big Show makes his way down to the ring. The ECW Television Champion, one of the greatest superstars of all time, as a lot of people have said. I gotta back that. Big Show has been very impressive in the past. And he's got one of the best records, and speaking of great records, Ken Shamrock, a former undefeated champion, jumping straight into this one. Whoa! Ken Shamrock suddenly shooting down to the ring there. Wow. Ken Shamrock clearly not messing around right now. He wants to get straight into that ring, and he wants to take it to the Big Show one-on-one. We are now waiting for anything. No. That's not how that works, game. You can't have a guy get jumped and then be like, and it's for the title. Alright, I'm just going to put my phone on charge because I don't need the match card anymore. I know the rest of the show.
A sharp kick, Big Show.
Here we go, Big Show, Ken Shamrock, the ECW Television Championship on the line. Ken Shamrock perhaps starting to believe that Big Show's ruined something for him when he defeated him at Judgment Day. Last week, Ken Shamrock suffered a shocking loss to Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, obviously, Austin, one of the best of all time here on ECW, or any roster really, as is the Big Show. You know, there's very even ground in that sense. But I gotta say, it came as a surprise to me to see Ken Shamrock suffer that loss even still last week. So for him to be facing off against Big Show tonight and to get that pre-match attack, that is very unlike Ken Shamrock, and it shows a little moment of desperation from the former ECW television champion, perhaps trying to cling to his former glory. Don't underestimate Ken Shamrock. This man, you know, they call him the world's most dangerous man for a reason. He's got a great MMA background behind him. He is serious business.
Oh my gosh, what a slam!
What a slam.
Has the headlock. The headbutt.
German suplex there. Incredible strength of Ken Shamrock to be able to do that to the Big Show and make it look easy. Tonight, as I went to mention it before and I completely forgot because I had to BRB for a moment. Our main event going to be a very unique one. Mark Henry personally requested that whoever the hell is running ECW right now, they show him a good time. They give him a challenge that shows just how ready he is for SummerSlam. He wants nothing but the best, which is why he has requested that the ECW General Manager gives him a Gauntlet match as our main event tonight. He is going to go through 3 of the Elite ECW members in an attempt to prove just how ready he is for both Stone Cold Steve Austin and Eddie Guerrero when that ECW World Heavyweight Championship is on the line this Sunday at SummerSlam. Rather brave move by the ECW World Champion, but nonetheless it is one that could really backfire. You know, Stone Cold Steve Austin was victorious against Ken Shamrock last week, but 2 weeks ago Eddie Guerrero lost to Dolph Ziggler in his match to prepare for SummerSlam, and obviously there hasn't been any real chance for Eddie Guerrero to bounce back. We've been told that they're trying to keep the 3 superstars away from each other in advance to the show. Tensions are high. You know, we've seen a lot of conflict, a lot of attacks from the men involved in that upcoming match. And it is because of that that they have been kept apart from each other. So, okay, 2 weeks ago, Eddie Guerrero was the only man from that match allowed in the building. Last week, it was Stone Cold. This week, it's Mark Henry. And they are trying their best to ensure that the others are kept away. And we know that Mark Henry came down to ringside and he watched that match between Stone Cold and Ken Shamrock. He was told he would be stripped of the title if he laid a finger on either man. And that is why Mark Henry had to make sure he remained at ringside. He wanted to get in the head of Stone Cold, but he didn't dare set foot in that ring. Oh god, here we go. I really need to remember what kind of a match I'm setting up sometimes when I let the AI fight, don't I? It's crazy to me that I still manage to make this mistake so often. I thought, Shamrock and Big Show, they had a great match at Judgment Day. I can trust these two to have another great match. I forgot the AI seems to be rebelling more and more as this is going on. Major side suplex. Sometimes I really cannot believe the strength of Ken Shamrock. The former ECW World Television Champion, the first man to have ever held the Television Championship, as a matter of fact. Just do it already. Just get it out of the way. Just fucking do it. Just do it. I want to enjoy the match. Stop wasting time. Get the stupid spot out of the way so that the match can carry on and we can actually care about it. Back into the ring go these two. Please keep it in the ring. Thank you, Big Show. Somehow goes over the ropes. That would have been a really cool move if you could actually throw them out of the ring. Like, that would be like a wow moment. Like, that would be like a mark out moment. I could hear myself getting excited over that if that were to have suddenly happened. Because it should. And I don't think they do that even in the newer games. I don't know why, but they got this real thing about like not letting them fall out of the ring. I mean, maybe the physics are really hard to program. I know that when you could do it in like some of the late SmackDown vs. Raw games before they dropped that title, I think the last one you could do it in was like 10 or 11. It might have gone all the way to 11. I don't think it did. But there were moves you could do to the outside. And I know they would definitely cause some pretty bad glitches. So I kind of get why they removed it. I just think rather than removing it, you should actually try to make it so that they just don't glitch. That might be easier said than done. I've never made a game. But surely the physics can't be that complicated. Surely it can't be that bad. And I get it, you know, it's not really a spot that they do in the WWE that much. They don't really have moments where people get thrown out of the ring. But, like, I don't know, you want the games to be real. How am I supposed to believe it's real when Big Show suddenly slides backwards when he throws someone in midair to make sure they stay in the ring? Big German suplex by Ken Shamrock to the outside here on the Big Show. Big Show launches Shamrock into the ring. And that kick to the midsection is going to do some real damage to Shamrock.
Did you hear how his leg connected?
No! Could you please repeat the sound for me?
Got out of the way of that one.
Caught him by the head now, Ken Shamrock. Ooh, gotta work over that leg, yeah, for that ankle lock. I think that's one of Shamrock's biggest setbacks when he's up against the Big Show. Is the Big Show really a man capable of tapping out? Shamrock trying to keep it on the outside where that little bit more damage is done with every move that connects. That's the story I'm going with, not because he wants to break him through a barricade. Just fucking do it. Thank you. Now can we please just get back to having a good match? Spot sucks. Oh, wow, look at that. Wow. Shamrock, come on. You know you can't win the title by count out. I think he also knew that Big Show was going to get back to his feet, though. Ken Shamrock really in the head of the Big Show right now as he continues to do more and more damage. Oh, okay. I was about to say, you're not seriously going to just try and break another one, are you? And he's got that foot caught up. This is not the ankle lock submission hold, but it does do damage so long as he continues to favor the same leg. Into the ropes goes Shamrock, and whoa! Let's be reminded exactly who it is that Ken Shamrock is up against, the Big Show, in his very shiny singlet. Going for a submission hold of his own. I highly doubt we'd see Ken Shamrock tap out. I'm not going to. Very quick to get out of that one. Wow, Big Show running straight in. Major damage dealt there. Battle of two men named Will now. Will Kenneth Shamrock and Will Paul White. That's right. The Battle of Will. I'm sorry. Big German suplex there by Ken Shamrock. You got to think about the real strength of Shamrock there. He couldn't wrap those arms around Big Show with that. You saw he kind of clung to the sides of Big Show. That is some pure power. Shamrock going to try and force a submission at Big Show. No. Show up to his feet, though.
Shamrock has the headlock.
Into the corner goes the Big Show. What is Shamrock going to do now? Turning him over and... oh boy. Oh boy, this could be disastrous. Okay, oh, this could be disastrous. Whoa! That was really cool. And now Shamrock gonna wail on the Big Show.
What a sequence of punches.
Those are some very deadly fists. Ken Shamrock really getting the best of the Big Show right now. Shamrock wants that television title back. He wants to knock off the man that killed his momentum. He wants to best the man that brought his success to an end. He wants to get right back to where he left off at Judgment Day when he lost that title. He wants to prove that was one slip up, and he's still every bit the Ken Shamrock that we saw heading into that match. Shamrock loses tonight. That is his third loss in a row. His third loss ever. Before that, I believe he had a 9-0 win-loss record, which was, you know, he was really onto something there. Driving the boot into the face. Big Show now. Oh boy, there's the showstopper. Is that going to be enough to defeat Ken Shamrock and retain the ECW Television Championship? No. Couldn't even get a 2 count in on him there. Don't underestimate Ken Shamrock. Never underestimate Ken Shamrock. As into the corner goes the Big Show. Ken Shamrock chasing after. Big Show kicks him off. Whoa! Real quick offense between these two. I love a good reversal sequence like that. And now Shamrock once again just striking away at the face of the Big Show. Perhaps trying to weaken that head for the sleeper hold. Really help get the blood rushing. As Big Show, oh, hold on a second, out of nowhere, knockout punch. I wish he'd just swing the arm and not have them stand there dazed. Doesn't make sense sometimes. Here's the cover. Is that going to be enough? They may call it a knockout, but it did not do that to Ken Shamrock. Shamrock is still going in this one. Very physical fight between these two. It is true. Once the barricade break is out of the way, they really do start trying again. They just get a little bit obsessed with the barricade break for a moment, and then, hey, look, the match can actually happen now.
What strength, fighting his way out. A big fist to the gut. Shamrock may be done.
And Shamrock looking to be a little bit worn out now. I think the damage has been done by the Big Show. That knockout punch seems to have busted him open. I think it was the knockout punch that did that. Some point he started bleeding in this one. Big Show now going in for a cover on Shamrock. As I say, I think it's going to take a little more than just rolling him into the ring. I do believe that the Big Show is starting to look more and more like the favorable outcome in this match, but I don't want to count Shamrock out. But look at Big Show go. Shamrock now getting a taste of his own medicine with those vicious strikes to the skull. I think a fist the size of the Big Show is clubbing you over the head. Not a lot of people could endure that to the level that Ken Shamrock has. I think a lot of people believe that the moment Big Show drops that ECW Television Championship, this man is long overdue a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship here on ECW. Shamrock trying to do an eye for an eye there, trying to bust Big Show open, but I don't think he's done nearly enough damage. Like a weird bubble feeling in my throat. It's really bugging me. Shamrock tying him up. Snapmare takedown. Another fist drop. Notice he just keeps going for the head. He has picked a target on the Big Show. Because frankly, with limbs the size of the Big Show, the head may be the smallest and easiest target to weaken. Covering here by the Big Show, and once again Ken Shamrock continues to show that he's got heart and fight left in him. I don't know how, I don't know where he's finding this. We're almost 15 minutes deep into this matchup. Ken Shamrock is going strong. And it looks like, yeah, an eye for an eye. As I'd said, Ken Shamrock busting the Big Show open. That seems to have just motivated Big Show. Hold up, roll up here. This could be a pivotal moment in this match. No. Surprise roll up like that can really get the job done. Neck breaker there by Shamrock to the Big Show. And oh, whoa, whoa! That was impressive. I don't often see people the size of Shamrock do moves like that. Didn't really get the job done, but hey, it was impressive for what it was. Shamrock now with the reversal. Got Big Show from behind. Doesn't matter with that, though. Side suplex. Shamrock now trying to motivate himself. Is he going to be able to make the Big Show tap out? Here it is. Sleeper hold. Big Show could easily reach the ropes, and he does, and that's the problem with Big Show. This man is huge. How do you get a guy like that to tap out? Cover attempt here by the Big Show. Ken Shamrock continues to kick out. This one looking like it could go to a time limit draw. Stretching out Ken Shamrock. Big Show really trying to force a submission out of the world's most dangerous man. 16.5 minutes deep. Is this one over? He has got that thing locked in tight. Shamrock doesn't seem to be able to find a way out of it. Big Show wrenching. Our cameraman nervous, shaking. And there's the breakout there by Ken Shamrock. And with every little bit of energy he's got, he's just going to attempt a pin. He knows he probably doesn't stand a chance, but it's desperation setting in at this point. Shamrock sending Big Show into the ropes, catches him. Belly to belly. Belly to belly suplex. And here we see him pulling him away from the ropes. Cover attempt by Shamrock on Big Show, just a 1 count. Still not enough. When will it ever be enough? Catches him in the gut in the corner. Shamrock trying to psych himself up here. Giving himself that moment. 2.5 minutes remaining on the clock. He's got to wrap this one up fast if he wants to beat the Big Show for the television title. Don't think he's going to be able to get in with a submission. He's got to attempt pinfalls, and he knows that. Into the corner. Ken Shamrock. Oh. Misses that one. Oh, wow. And a perfect sequence there by the Big Show. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we're looking at the end of this one here. Big Show got him by the throat. Choke slam, drops Ken Shamrock dead center of the ring. Here's a cover from the champ, and Big Show retains. You gotta give Shamrock a lot of credit. He really put his heart into the later part of that matchup. But even with the pre-match attack, Antonio Cesaro trying to pick up where these two left off. He says it's not over. He wants Big Show's title. Wow. Well, here we go. The Gauntlet as requested by the World Champ.
The following contest is a Gauntlet match. Approaching the ring from Sophie, Texas, weighing 418 pounds, the ECW World Heavyweight Champion, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
A lot of people think this Sunday Mark Henry's championship is in jeopardy because, of course, in a triple threat, that does not mean that Mark Henry has to be the one to be pinned to lose his title, and that does, in fact, run a high risk with Mark Henry, especially with Eddie Guerrero not exactly holding the strongest momentum heading in. He's going to be the target, one would have to think. Mark Henry could be biting off more than he could chew here tonight, though. A Gauntlet match in which he's requested that the ECW General Manager, whoever that is, gives him 3 of the toughest guys he can. What? The ECW General Manager was challenged to find the toughest guys he could. He went with Brodus Clay? Maybe Dude Love is still running ECW. This is one of Mick Foley's alter egos. Dude Love's tag team partner or best friend or whatever they are, Brodus Clay. Also, for those that don't know, Mick Foley, the ECW General Manager, under the ruse of Dude Love, very good friends with Brodus Clay. We saw them team up in the Tag Team Championship tournament, and that tournament was actually won by another one of Mick Foley's alter egos, Cactus Jack. Oh, even Mark Henry's enjoying the entrance. I hope Brodus Clay realizes what he's gotten himself into here. I don't underrate Brodus Clay. I think he's a great talent, but I just really hope he realizes what he's gotten himself in. Oh my god. Oh my god, what a way to start this off. World's Strongest Slam from the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. Oh my god, these controls. From the ECW World Heavyweight Champion, and here's the cover straight away. I said this on Raw just last night. Just because you hit a finisher doesn't mean the match is finished. You have to actually build to that point first. You can hit any move at any time. It's a finishing point for a reason. That's when you're saying, I believe this match is done. I'm going to do that one move that I do to indicate that. Mark Henry actually looks small in comparison to Brodus Clay. Still, that is not holding the world champion up very much.
Don't mess with Mark Henry.
Yeah, Brodus. I wonder if Brodus realizes that this is not all fun and games here on ECW. I mean, he knew that beforehand. I don't know where this Funkasaurus stuff came from. It was right when Dude Love became general manager. He re-signed Brodus Clay to ECW with this new attitude, new personality. Oh my god. Brodus just getting knocked around by the world champion like it's nothing. I wonder who else is in this gauntlet then, if Mark Henry will make it to number 3. I'd like to think the world champion, he's able to go through most people here on the ECW roster to justify being the world champion. He's not exactly been your fluke champion. He's not exactly been that kind that, like, you know, they're a bit cowardice. A bit like Damian Sandow over on SmackDown, you know what I mean? Like, he's not exactly cheated his way to the top either. Mark Henry is someone who has really proven that he is a world champion. This is someone you take very seriously. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, that... What? No. What? Thank you.
You can practically see the pain in his face right now, thanks to that tremendous move off the ropes.
Henry really laying into Mark. Wait, what? Really laying into Brodus Clay as this one goes on.
Here's the big man.
I'm really starting to feel for Brodus. Ooh! Splash here from the ref. What the hell was that?
This has been a great matchup. Nice snap there, and now going for the arms. And that's why he's the world's strongest man.
Funkasaurus really trying his best here against the world's heavyweight champion of ECW.
Controlling the arm. Would you listen to this crowd show their appreciation for these amazing
Appreciation.
a battle of wills now. Brodus Clay might be the baddest professional dancer on the planet.
Henry seems to just be enjoying this. I mean, it was his request. He wanted a gauntlet tonight. He wanted to face 3 of the best ECW had to offer. He was told that was apparently Brodus Clay.
An incredible series of moves there. Nobody's budging an inch in this one.
Well, Brodus Clay was test number 1 amongst these 3. Oh boy. Oh, the Justin Gabriel. And here's the cover.
Here's a cover. And Brodus manages to
close.
power out at a count of 2. There's just so much strength in this young man. has the headlock. Wow, what a sequel. Mark Henry's not.
And it looks like Mark Henry has decided he's seen enough of this one. Brodus Clay dropped with the world's strongest slam, looking up the entryway as he goes for the cover. And that's Brodus Clay down and out. And number 2 is Chainsaw Charlie. Well, I was talking about tag team allies of the ECW General Manager Mick Foley and his alter egos, and this is in fact another one. Good friends with Brodus Clay when he's Dude Love. Great friends with Cactus Jack. I mean, Chainsaw Charlie when he's Cactus Jack. No allegiance with his other alter ego though, Mankind, the one that suffered at the hands of Mark Henry in an I Quit match at Judgment Day. So I can't imagine who would be sending out next.
Huge shot to the midsection.
Maybe one of his SummerSlam opponents, Stone Cold Steve Austin or Eddie Guerrero, as a surprise third man. If necessary, Chainsaw Charlie getting some good offense here on Mark Henry.
And we're going back between the ropes.
Don't you ever underestimate Chainsaw Charlie. The man known as Terry Funk under that mask is a former ECW champion in his own right. He was the first man to have ever held it.
A ferocious clothesline, just devastating.
I will stand by the fact that, of course, the ECW title meant something very different back then. It was not a world title. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh!
Did you see
The air that he gets off of that splash. And somehow Chainsaw Charlie... I mean, the thing is, Chainsaw Charlie, he's a glutton for punishment. If there's one thing we know about Chainsaw Charlie, it's that this was a wise choice to send out there against Mark Henry. He will endure a lot before he says he's had enough.
Chainsaw's in jeopardy here. Now back to the ring. And a jaw-jacking punch.
Henry just throwing around Charlie like it's nothing.
Effective striking here from Chainsaw Charlie. Lifted.
Got him upside down on the ropes there.
Tied up in the turnbuckle there.
Chainsaw Charlie. Ooh, big drop kick to the head of the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. And like it's nothing, Mark Henry just shoulder tackles Chainsaw Charlie flat down.
Big body slam. Mark Henry squeezing down on
Wonder how Eddie Guerrero has been preparing for SummerSlam in 5 days' time. As I say, you know, he competed in a match against Dolph Ziggler and lost. On the road to SummerSlam, told to keep away from the show for the following 2 weeks. Not a single appearance until SummerSlam from Guerrero, meaning he's got to go out on that losing note. I can't help but wonder just how exactly he's doing.
I think most of Chainsaw Charlie's opponents end up in his freezer sooner
Oh.
or later.
That is a weird line to say, Lola, but I know what you mean. And I think that's probably weirder. Into the corner. Chainsaw Charlie looking to be in trouble here, but no. He's got Mark Henry caught up, and uh-oh. Chainsaw Charlie not going to go down without a fight. Crowd getting very up close and personal with Mark Henry and Chainsaw Charlie right now.
Taking advantage here. Chainsaw in trouble. Great match here. But if you've been
Mark Henry. Whoa! Dropped off the apron there. Henry could get counted out. No, I guess he can't.
Chainsaw Charlie has the headlock. An incredible series of moves there. Nobody's budging an inch in this one. Wow, what a sequence.
This is a very interesting situation indeed. Chainsaw Charlie and Mark Henry really going. Oh my god, he's biting him through that bag.
These are great competitors.
Well, at least there's some protection there.
Gladiators. Will he tap out? Will he submit to the camel
No,
clutch?
there is no camel clutch. What are you talking about? Backdrop there.
And there's an elbow drop.
Chainsaw Charlie right hands to the head of Mark Henry. And an elbow.
Vicious elbow drop delivered with a lot of force. Chainsaw Charlie controlling the waist.
Chainsaw Charlie really getting the best of Mark Henry. We've seen some great performances from Chainsaw Charlie. You don't want to count him out.
Home for that one. Controlling the head. Right in the kisser. A close
Ow.
out of nowhere. He's got him up. Oh, what an impact from that sidewalk slam.
Uh-oh. Oh, this could spell trouble. Mark Henry now using those vicious hands of his. Oh boy. Mark Henry looking up that ramp as he looks to perhaps see number 3. Charlie's not finished though. Chainsaw Charlie ain't. Uh-oh. Oh, he could be done. Bear hug by the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. Not a lot of people survive this one, but Chainsaw Charlie is unlike most as he manages to get out of that one.
He swung wild with that one. Oh, did you see the neck snap back?
Chainsaw Charlie. My God, is he going to be able to do this? Texas pile driver. He's got Henry up. Big drop down. The ECW World Champion is in trouble right now. Could this be it?
Avoids the impact there. 2.
And Henry with a kick out.
Trying to get the blood flowing to his brain.
You gotta think it's desperation mode for the world champion now. That pile driver did a number. You can see how dazed Henry is with every move. And Chainsaw Charlie just continues to get the best of Henry. Henry is actually backing out from fighting Chainsaw Charlie right now. This man is really doing a number on the world champ. Mark Henry slowly going over. DDT. Look at the crimson mask donned on the face of Mark Henry. Mark Henry is seriously going to try and get Chainsaw Charlie counted out, maybe.
Closer to the count of 10.
Is this really the resort that Mark Henry has gone to try and ensure that Chainsaw Charlie loses this? Will Charlie back to his feet? I mean, the man's still very spry, clearly.
What a series. Nobody's backing down here.
This is just spelling trouble for the world champ. I don't think he likes that someone has been getting the best of him. I don't think he can handle it.
He is definitely going to have those ribs looked at after this match.
Okay. That was a little weird.
Hey, when did Mark Henry get a personality?
Whoa! Mark Henry coming off the ropes. And he got him. Here's the cover. Is this going to be enough? And Chainsaw Charlie's still kicking out. My God, what is he made of? Oh boy. Well, all good things must come to an end, and I think this one has. But this really begs the question, who is number 3? I don't think Mark Henry's got a lot left in him. Number 3 is... Oh, that's Mankind! Mankind! What? What is he back? How? We saw this man beaten to a point where he had to quit. And he is going straight in on Mark Henry. Not a moment to spare. Oh boy, there he is, Mr. Socko. Right down the throat of Mark Henry. Mankind beating the hell out of the world champion. I think Mark Henry was in shock. Look at him go. Fans absolutely on their feet at the return of Mankind.
This man has had his head bashed open so many times.
We haven't seen this man since Judgment Day. As I say, he was forced to say, "I quit." He was beaten to a pulp by Mark Henry, and yet he seems to be just fine. Mankind signaling Gonna take him down with that big move. Here it is. Double arm DDT on the world champion. That's a replay of the crowd, just in case you wanted to see how a camera bounces. And Mankind going in for the cover. Henry's finished. Mankind coming back from the I Quit match almost 2 months ago with the victory. That deranged look in the face. And he finally got to do what he has been dying to do. He bested Mark Henry to finish this week's ECW. What does this mean for the World Championship situation this Sunday? Only Stone Cold picking up a victory heading in to SummerSlam. The signs are right there in front of you, from Brodus Clay to Chainsaw Charlie. And finally, Mankind, who picked up a major victory to close out this week's ECW. Well, thank you all for watching this week's episode of ECW. There is just SmackDown to go, and then we are at SummerSlam, where I can't wait to see what happens when the ECW World Heavyweight Championship is on the line.